Welcome to the show Meeting Interesting People. Today my guest is Mary Sbuttoni at Medford Muscular Therapy Center. So you the founder? Or you the owner of the business?
I'm the owner. There have actually been 3 previous owners of the business. I'm the 3rd.
I see. So I met Mary probably not in the Canal Street, here in the studio on the High Street. And we need to tell our viewers that you are active not only in the TV3 as a member, you're very active a Medford resident in the community, because what it was interesting that you were, I was seeing your publication in the Doc Kunst Festival. So it was essays, and it was poetry, and it was even drawing. So, and I know another things you are doing, it's classes of meditation in the library. It's actually going once a month. Then this is beautiful artwork made of mirror glass, right? Or it's just what kind of glass is that?
Just regular glass.
Regular glass.
This is some iridescent glass.
Yeah.
I think this is stained glass, and this is clear glass that I painted white in the background.
And so you need to tell our viewers that this was made, inspired from the picture taken by you as well, right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I like to go for walks in the fells, and there's Quarry Road, which is right near Bellevue Pond, and so I had taken this picture in November of last year or the year before, and I've been taking mosaic classes, so I decided that I wanted to see if I could create this as a mosaic. So this is the result. And I feel like, I don't know if I should have to explain it, but I used a black grout here because it's kind of representing all the different branches of the bare trees. So
how did you do this particularly? You cut it, or you get different pieces, or how?
I have glass. I had sheets of glass. I actually started out, this is a piece of MDF that I had my father cut for me.
Oh.
And then I painted it white. And then I had clear glass. This actually, it's hard to tell, but it's textured, so it almost looks like clouds. And I had some of this black iridescent glass, which was actually left over from another project I did where I was trying to make a Celtic weave pattern, and I couldn't. But it gave me nice curved glasses. And then I had this, so this is supposed to be like the sky, but it's also got some white in it that's like clouds. So I have the sheets of glass that I cut, and...
So you cut by yourself, you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have nippers, or if it's a big piece of glass, there's... I really
knife.
don't know all the technical terms, but
okay.
There's a special, like a thing with the wheel on it that you can cut bigger pieces of glass to get it more manageable.
And I remember how we enjoyed to use this particular design you created.
Yeah. This is something at the Medford Public Library. I do a monthly class, the morning meditation and self-care on the 4th Monday of the month. And with this, I also was interested in labyrinths, and there are lots of different labyrinths in the area. At the church in West Medford on High Street, they have a labyrinth on their gym floor maze, and I actually went to Boston College. They have a labyrinth there, and you can do finger labyrinths and actually trace it instead of walking the path of a labyrinth. So I got the idea for this because the Jingle Bell Festival, which is something that goes on in Medford, they... usually I donate a tree there, and the money that they raise from that goes to the Buddy Caholen Center, which is like a daycare center for people with Alzheimer's. And I was doing a butterfly tree, and then I thought, why not? And I actually was taking a meditation class, and I got the idea for this. This image came in my head of a butterfly labyrinth, finger labyrinth. So I just did this on my computer using different shapes and using little blocks of white to cut it out. You know, there may be an easier way to do it, but that's how I did it. So I did design this on my own.
Yeah, and I remember we enjoyed through the meditation class. I really like it. And this one is connect to self-care.
Yeah, I brought this into, because I like to design things. So I love doing massage, and it lets me be creative working with people, but then I also get to use some of my other skills to use it with marketing. So I like to just create things on the computer. And so one year I got the idea for snowmen self-care. So I had I do this kind of as a Christmas care thing. So this snowman is meditating. He's got his fingers in the position, and his eyes are closed. And this snowman is doing an ice bath, which people can actually do on their own. Well, you can usually do an ice dunk. You don't want to do a whole bath, but you could put your hands in a bucket of ice water if your hands are kind of hot and inflamed if you've been using them a lot. And then here's a snowball technique. So for people, I would recommend a tennis ball, and you know, you can lean against the wall.
I use that too.
Yeah, and do it on the muscles on either side of your spine. But for the snowmen, they get a snowball against the tree and help them relieve tension in their back.
So, and here is this is the graphic you made, a poetry, and it was actually published in 2007, right? And this little brochure connect to the festival.
Yeah, I like poetry too. I don't know if I can say that I'm a poet, but I like to write. I don't have a particular style that I follow, but I had written a poem that I call Love is a Spiral. So I did it on the computer, so it's a graphic element. And this is something too, if I have friends that are getting married, I print it out on nice paper with in color.
Can you read this one?
Yeah, I'll read it to you.
Okay.
So it's love is a spiral that brings me to you, 1 to 2 to 1 with you. Love is a light that shines from within and embraces all in the world we live in. Love is life experienced to its fullest, all in harmony, life without limit. Love is a spiral that brings me to you. It ever deepens and grows, ebbs and flows, the love in my life and for you.
Thank you. That's very nice. So, and I was reading this essay. I would like you to read this one as well,
all right,
because it's given some more spectrum about your interests.
Okay. Again, I submitted something for the Duck Counts Annual, which if you are not aware of it, this gets published each year. And I think the people who do this they're involved with the Medford Arts Council, and they do a great job putting this together. And anybody who lives or works in Medford can submit something for it. And usually, once it's published, it's available at the Medford Public Library or bestsellers when they're open.
And it's free.
Yeah, and it's free. And I think it's available maybe at City Hall. And I was taking a class at the library about basically writing, just kind of being spontaneous, but going out and observing. And so I was on a walk in the Fells, this time a path off of South Border Road. I forget, it's one of the gates, 7 or 8 or 9. There's a path, and there's always these lady slippers that grow there. So I kept going back because I wanted to see the progression of growth, and I wanted to take pictures and do something with that. But I ended up writing a little essay about it. So it's called Walking in the Fells. I found a place on my walk in the woods, a place I longed to call my own. My heart swelled with the expanding energy of spring as I took in the soft, not yet prickly new growth of the evergreens, the outreaching, spiraling leaves of maple, oak, and hickory, the sweet scent of Canada mayflower filling the brilliant blue sky. As I walked the path to the lady slippers that were taking shape, not yet colored pink, I watched a flex tree doing acrobats. Another tree that marked my spot opened its trunk as if to say, ah. I'd return to that spot again and again to watch the lady slippers unfold to their full glory, and each time my place was changed. Rains fed the path's grasses, which tickled my ankles in joy. The vibrant and varying shades of green blended into more muted shades. Winds blew branches astray. I felt I had missed the party, yet leftover gnats and mosquitoes invited me to stay. I questioned if I still loved this place as it continued to change without me, even as I recognized that its ever-changing growth was what attracted my love. I had felt isolated from the change, a bystander, yet I realized my presence had an impact even if I appeared to be a still, silent, belated observer. The woods told me that nothing is ever completely still. Everything has its impact. Even as I paused to take in its dynamic beauty, I could feel my energy shifting, sinking with the woods. I am as much a part of the woods as it is a part of me. We are all a part of the change that is life, and we all make it our own.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I want you to share with our viewers your other activities you're doing for the community, like you're giving a tours at the Isaac Royal House.
Yep. I've been a tour guide at the Royal House for, I'm not sure how many years, 5, 6, maybe going on 7 years. And that's another great resource in Medford. They have an incredible history there. And you can find out more at theroyalhouse.org, and it's 2 L's in Royal. And So I really got interested. Actually, my cousin was involved with the Royal House, and they always have free programs, I think about every 3 months, and I just got interested in it and decided I wanted to be a tour guide. And I actually almost became a tour guide before I had actually been on a tour of the house. But I think because it's been there for over 100 years, sometimes people maybe take it for granted, and they always say they know about it and they think about going for a tour, but they don't actually go on the tour. But I really think that people should. Like I said, it's amazing history, and not just with the royals and what happened with the Revolutionary War, but they're just the connections with different parts of Medford. Like Sarah Bradley Fulton, you can get information about her history, what life was like growing up or living in the 1700s. They did an archaeological dig at the Royal House, and they actually have things that the royals family and the slaves used. So it's just, and it's the only slave quarter in the northern part of the United States. So you really, you don't have to travel.
Just a reminder of viewers that when museum is open, because I know it's closed for the winter time.
Yeah, it's open usually May through October, Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 5, and it's a nominal fee for the tour. And the website, royalhouse.org, there's lots of great information on there too. And that'll give you information about, even if it's the winter time, they have programs. So you'll be able to see the slave quarters. And
yeah, I think they have concerts.
Yeah, they have concerts. But you can see the exhibit that would be in the slave quarters anyway. Mm-hmm. So even if you're seeing this in the winter, you can still experience them. And they have beautiful grounds too. Even in the hot summer days when it's really humid.
Yeah, but
they have great
you have
breezes.
if people have groups,
Mm-hmm.
they actually can visit during their weekdays as well. That's what I did with Russian-speaking.
Yeah, you just have to contact the Royal House.
Right,
yep.
right. Tom Lincoln, he was giving us a very interesting tour.
Yeah.
So tell us about your other activities you participate in. I know you involved in like a book reading program.
I've been involved with the library. The Medford Public Library, this past year we had our first community read, so I was on the steering committee for that and helped the book that we read was The Dark Tide by Stephen Puleo. So I ended up taking pictures. I guess I'm kind of a press release person or public relations person at heart, and so I thought it would be nice. People always like to see their picture in the paper, so I took pictures of people with the book in their hand reading it. And this year we're still actually, this may air in March or April, so there'll probably be lots of different events going on. But as of right now, when this is filming, we have not selected a book, but we're going to be selecting it very soon. And I think I know which book we're going to pick, but I'm not sure. But I think it'll be a great book and have lots of related programs that will be of interest to people and very timely too.
Yeah, and you are working on some of your previous shooting that it will be shown on the TV3 as well.
Here at TV3, yes. So be on the lookout.
Can you name it them? And then
I've done different things. I'm involved with the Medford Rotary Club.
Yeah.
We do a lot in Medford, so some things I've taped and some have previously aired. Like we have public service announcements occasionally. We do Christmas food baskets. Mm-hmm. So the students at the Medford Vocational Technical High School get involved with that. So I did something with that. I don't know if I ever edited it, so that's something that could be on the air.
So the viewers can see in a different hats all the time.
Yes.
And even behind the camera on the TV3.
Yeah.
So I think we have some time that you choose. We can do the other exception from the last publication of this year, just to read some. Probably will be enough time. Maybe I don't know. It's like 3 paragraphs, maybe 2.
All right. Well,
I actually went to this parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was even during the rehearsals. I was at Tufts University. We're talking about the honk parades. I just tell them our viewers. So
another thing that